Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. Welcome to your mid-month October readings, and welcome all new and returning viewers. I greatly appreciate every one of you. I'm excited. This is a different time. It'll be completely different. I'm already feeling it. I'm sure a lot of you have been feeling the changes, and there's very obvious reasons for that, which I would love to share with you. I will be reading your beautiful tarot, 4 major categories with the tarot, oracle messages, certainly, love connection messages, particularly for each featured sign as I go around my zodiac wheel, starting with Aries, ending with Pisces. I read for a featured sign each day, and then I pick through spirit, of course. I'm always being guided by spirit. These are my conduits, if you will, right? To be able to express and give you the messages that come through me. And I will be speaking of a highlighted connection for the beautiful, watery, emotional, moon-ruled sign of Cancer. Cancer represents the 4th house, the home, the family, the love, the nurturing. Always something that I've seen very clearly and evident as a major characteristic of a Cancer. Man or woman, no gender association needed. Also the fact that cardinal sign Cancer is also in conjunction right now as we are continuing with Libra season, also a cardinal. So there's kind of that beautiful energy of, cardinal signs represent the seasons of each, every year. So there's 4 cardinal signs. There's Aries for spring. There's Cancer that represents the summer season, solstice. Libra, we just went into the fall. We're in the equinox of autumn and fall. And then Capricorn is the final cardinal sign representing the season of winter. So basically initiating, changing, transformation. Each season has its different feel and vibration. We all feel, right? I mean, sometimes, yes, we've noticed there's a difference a little bit in the changing of the seasons, but notably they still stand true for the most part as to what they represent and how we all can feel and, understand, the patterns and the phases and changes that happen throughout the year with the weather, similar to astrology, right? So I love it. I hope that you will recognize, obviously, or feel a resonance with your reading. And what I'm going to do, like I said, I'll have spirit help me as it always does right in front of you. These are always just on the spot, spontaneously chosen. And so for you, beautiful Cancer, I'll take a deep breath and ask that spirit guide us in the most popular, loving way and showing the most important information possible to you during this reading for the highest good. And for you, it's Aquarius. So I love it because, and I can explain, we are in, as I said, Libra season. We will be through the 22nd of October, and it then goes into Scorpio. We had the new moon on the, the 6th of October. Very, very powerful. Also still feeling that and will be with us and resonating with us and inviting us to initiate new things and start new possibilities, relationships, all the variables with, new moons. In the sign of Libra, which is balance and relationship oriented, very, very much prone to relationships, love, being a Venus ruled sign, magic, money, all the things that make you feel good, that are very feminine a lot of times. You just feel like you want to look good. You're intuitive more so during this time of the year and when Venus is in the picture. And also just, just feeling, well, for a lot of the Libras, happy birthday. If it was your birthday, I celebrated a birthday over the weekend. I had the most incredible flowers to my right that my sister sent, and I'm so glad they're staying alive. They're these roses that are just multicolored, and I've never seen anything like it. I don't even know how they do that, but they're pretty phenomenal. And this is just an example of what life can be, the rainbow of life, the acceptance of all the differences in the colors all melding together harmoniously. And that's what Libra really likes to represent, is harmony and balance whenever possible, right? And just that drive to connect to, the mind sign, that's air, and that's relative to information and thinking and growing and expanding our thoughts and our ability to learn and share that with others. And so here you have Cancer, also a doer, shaker, mover as a cardinal sign, wanting to start things and initiate. You're a busy woman and man most of the time. You don't like to sit down, and you definitely cater to other people, as I said. You have a huge heart, and you have very, very big, pronounced capabilities of intuition and prophecy, I should say, where you can definitely, a lot of times I've known a lot of amazing psychics and clairvoyants that are water signs and Cancers. They just have that gift. They get these insights or these downloads of this information that comes to them, you know, strictly from source and through their dreams, and then they share that with others. And I love you for that. I've had many, many beautiful relationships with Cancers in my life. And you're highlighted as Aquarius. So yes, we're in Libra season, and Aquarius is another air sign. Jupiter, by the way, we're in a Mercury retrograde in Libra still, but it's only for another week, though there will be a shadow period. And in addition to that, the outer planets, some that have been retrograde for about 4.5+ months, they're all stationing and starting to station direct. So that alone, from the energy from the beginning of the month versus the second half and the end of the month, is going to be so incredibly noticed. And yes, some people feel it more than others, but on the whole, everyone's going to start noticing more of a momentum, a forward movement. Retrogrades are the feeling of going inward more and things stopping and blocks and, you know, stalls, waits, unpredictable changes, all those things. And when they go stationing forward, the first day around that is a little chaotic, but you can feel it. It's beautiful. Mars is in the sign of Libra. Mars is the warrior planet, right? That rules Aries and historically Scorpio, which is our next season coming up. It's the fire in us. It's the motivation, the spirit, you know, the drive, the ability to speak up and stand up for ourselves, having that backbone, you know, and that's not easy for a lot of signs, including Libra. But things need to be said, boundaries need to be set, and it's so much better for everybody when you do that. In the end, certainly in relationships, you know, that's the key component. How do we speak to each other? How do we treat each other? What's the love language? So there you have Aquarius, and these are all those beautiful feelings coming through as well. And Saturn actually went direct. I'm recording these at the, you know, towards the middle of October, and Saturn actually went direct on the 10th, which was this past Sunday. And I mean, that's going to speak a lot about keeping us, you know, on task, and, you know, instead of kind of wondering, and it's going to make things much more solid and working toward our goals, our relationships on a long-term basis. And it kind of constricts us, it's true, but it gives us the sense and the understanding of time and the value of time. Certainly the efforts we put in will be rewarded at the end of the time in each sign that Saturn goes into. So Saturn's already stationed direct. Pluto's stationed direct shortly before that, actually on the 6th, the day of the new moon. The transformational sign, the depths of all of us, you know, looking into the part of us we don't like and wanting to change and get rid of energies that are around us we want to get rid of, purging things physically in our home, you know, the beauty of aesthetics and Libra accents, you know, thinking, yeah, I want to clear things out and get rid of stuff. I don't need that. I haven't used that for I don't even know how long. Those are the cleansing kind of beautiful feelings coming through. And Aquarius is about definitely, you know, world vision, not just small potatoes, but how do we help them change the world, ruled by Uranus, the planet of unpredictability and surprises and technology. And as I said many times, medicine is what, you know, the ruler of this planet. So all sorts of things are coming through, you know, obviously the ones that we all are aware of with the vaccines and such, but technology, things we don't even know yet, but are coming through, and they're going to help us as a global, you know, world. And that's amazing, and exactly what Aquarius likes to represent, besides being fair and friendly and sociable and all that other stuff mixed and combined. So it looks as though you've got this incredible heart and sensitivity and ability to really, you know, try things and make things work and go out and initiate things. That's what you're getting, along with this energy of Jupiter coming forward on the day that we have Mercury turning direct again on the 18th. So there's just some real beautiful forward movement and just amazing, beautiful surprises and unexpected, as I said, with the Uranus energy. I want to say just ideas that are maybe brand new off the press that you've never thought of, and they were brought to you in some way or form. Cancer, I can't say how. This is a very general reading. And there's wonderful, wonderful possibilities. Aquarius is a fixed sign. They're very determined and very, very steadfast in their ideas, and they will work and toil until they get what they need and able to help others as well along the way. And I don't know, there's creativity here. There's artistic things coming through that I'm hearing about. I mean, the world is always our oyster. These are just information. I'm just sending you messages, but you can do what you choose to do. That'll always be your choice. And I want to get to the reading now because I'm kind of really excited to hear what every reading has to say. Because of this new beautiful momentum coming through, full moon on the 20th cannot be ignored. It's going to be in Aries, the Mars-ruled planet, the first cardinal sign of the zodiac that initiates the zodiac astrology year, bringing in spring and new once again, pioneer brand new ideas, opportunities. Also the polar opposite sign to Libra. So that means there's, once again, it's a catered and very strong emphasis on relationships, working through things, getting through the hard times to get to the other side, right? Every relationships, we all go through things. And I found, from what I remember of being in a romantic relationship, because I got a lot of relationships and I love a lot of people and animals and all that. But the romantic part has not been a part of my life for a long time. And what I remember is I actually enjoyed more sometimes than the good times of when things were difficult or there was a lack of communication or misunderstandings and all the variables that go along with relationships. Working through that was just, it was so gratifying and satisfying, and it just gave me the balance and the love and the importance of what I believe life to be, when you have that with other people. It really, really, I think it lifts people up. It's what life's about. Connecting, sharing, loving, learning, growing. So the four major categories, I think, cover most of the answers that people have or questions. And the first one is always the overall energy bringing you to the reading. If you did not have a chance to look at your beginning of the month, you might want to do this just to compare what the messages were, because sometimes I was using a different deck, as I always do. I change, and I've changed to this beautiful OK Tarot deck. Very, very simple, but it is pink in honor of Cancer Awareness Month for all of those that are struggling or have had cancer and are survivors. My heart goes out to you. I am one of those myself. I have been for 26 years. No, 23. But I'm just incredibly grateful because you never know. And it just feels wonderful. It feels like, once again, life, ups and downs, restarting, the death card, rejuvenation and rebeginnings and rebuilding and continually changing throughout our lives. And yeah, sometimes some of us die, and a lot of us have. We've had a lot of losses. And then next thing you know, you've got another child or a grandchild coming in to fill that void. And it's just a beautiful, constant, movement and cycle of life. So congratulations once again to all of you that have fighting the fight and have come through during the Cancer season and the month. And so overall energy. Well, let's see here. This is like I said, oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm sorry, Cancer. I did not, well, I did. I put it and I already put it over there. The retrograde gets to me. Kind of makes me a little kooky in the head. But we're going to focus. Your overall energy for the highlighted connection of Aquarius and yourself, as well as all of your relationships, is the Eight of Cups. Now, this is absolutely beautiful. And I'll let you in on a secret. I did my birthday reading, and this is definitely in there. And I love seeing this in there. Well, the cups are you, Cancer. And 8 is a very powerful number in numerology. To break it down very simplistically, 8 is one of the most abundant, prosperous, and power numbers that there is in the zodiac, for the numerology. And in this case, it's about you walking away, from the losses, the grievances, the possibly still grieving, relationships, anything you can imagine that has affected you. A job that you felt really, connected to for a long time, changing your direction. You're a very creative person and you're thinking, I want to continue to grow and learn and do new things. And this is the time with the Aquarian Jupiterian energy coming through to the end of the month, when then it goes into Pisces, which is going to be extremely, extremely harmonious for you, Cancer, as a fellow water sign. Starts on the 28th and is throughout most of next year. So when Jupiter enters your sign, or a sign in your element, it's a really beautiful time. There's a lot to be recognized, because it'll be a transformational year for sure that you'll never forget. Something that important, and it's so many different things. Yeah, standing strong, not forgetting the emotions. For heaven's sakes, you can't do that. You're one of the most sentimental signs there are. However, you want to go forward. You want to heal. You are healing. You feel strong. You feel, the 8 energy, like I said, is a very powerful one. Represents power. You've got that. You've known that. Sometimes when we're at a weakest is when we're vulnerable or we're feeling the loss or the sadness. I certainly can understand that. But then there's a time when you think, wow, okay, I'm ready to get up and just continue on, and look towards the best, brightest possible energies and people and circumstances I can, because I make that happen. I choose to be that. And so I love that. I love that a lot as the beginning. It's a great place to start. And, the retrogrades, as I said, a lot of the cards were reversed and everything. And it makes sense. It changes our lives, but we can always get right back in step again. And you're no exception, Cancer. So, and you have love and support. There's no question about that coming through. And this could be either a Pisces or Scorpio. That's an important aspect of your life in regards to all of your relationships. And then the second category is possible blessings or obstacles. And you have the Knight of Swords. So there's that Aquarian energy. The Knight they are always the messengers, as are the Pages. Pages are more youthful, and it's usually like a more greener type of energy, not necessarily beginning stages, not fully developed. Maybe an immaturity is there. It could be a children or child of yours. But the Knights, well, out of all the Knights, this is the fastest moving. This is the air element of Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, and it represents the mind, thoughts, information coming to you. It could definitely have something to do with your ability to make more money, because once again, with Venus predominantly in the picture, being in Libra season, Venus represents love and magic and beauty and sensuality and physicality and all those things, but it's money. So money's coming through. There's information about it, or maybe you're interested in looking into it more. You want to speak to people in the know. Institutions represent the swords, higher learning, lawyers, bankers, doctors, and such. You could be talking to some people on how to invest your money, because I, for one, am going to do it too. There's an ever-changing world in that regard, and money's making a difference in a lot of ways, and it is an energy, and it's how we perceive it and how we look at it, but it's also who we talk to and how we listen to our guts as to what we believe is going to work for us long term, not just flighty kind of, risky kind of things. I do risk some money on occasion. I think we all have, but this is definitely more on a professional level and a more straightforward. You're going to get the lowdown. It's going to be real, truthful, fair, and you don't need any of the fluff around it, okay? It's going to be straightforward information that I think you can utilize to your benefit, okay? So I like seeing that. You've got the cups and the swords now. Got the heart and the mind working together, which is another thing I wanted to mention about this wonderful highlighted connection area. If you don't know in Aquarius, the Mercury retrograde still can bring people in from your past to remind you. It is during the time from the latter part, around the 20th of January through the 21st of February. It could be something that started to happen at that point in this year, or will definitely be happening by this next year in January or February of that time frame. So it could be a feeling or that energy of an Aquarius. It doesn't have to be a person you're with, but it does have the characteristics that I mentioned to you. So you can probably sit and think about that and maybe realize who that is for you, or certainly maybe coming through. And the third category I like is the category of finances. And look what you've got. You've got the Four of Pentacles. Now, the four in numerology is stability. It's Four of Wands is the four walls around us that keep us safe and protected. There's happiness, there's family, there's life, there's sustenance, there's food, there's enough money, all of those things. And that's how I see this as well. Though some people, and there's a depiction from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which was one of my first decks, which I love, and kind of use religiously as a reference to, but it shows a man, I believe, who is holding on rather tightly and possessively to the money that he has, the belongings, the material world, because coins and pentacles represents the practical life, the practical things in our life that we can feel, touch, smell, the third dimensional things. And so, yeah, maybe being a little bit more particular on the investment end of things, as I said, and definitely making sure you're getting the information, not just, the one thing I will say as I interrupt my own self is that I know a lot of Cancers, and I know that you're very, very, very resourceful and, dare I say, shrewd when it comes to money. I mean, you know how to save it, you know when to spend it. When it comes to being, smart, I think you're extremely smart in those ways. And you would be one to hold on to it more than just freely give it away, due to the fact that I said you're very concerned about your stability, security, the people you love, your home, your family, your foundation. So that's exactly how people will build and grow wealth a lot of times, is by being this type of, way, just not going completely, having fun, of course, but being in balance with it, which is really prominent in this month of Libra season. I see you doing that. That four canon does represent that. Just being a little smarty, after everything we've gone through in the last year and a half or more, I think it makes perfect sense. So I love seeing that for you. So yeah, you're doing the right things. I think you're really in tune with your intuition and your guidance. Absolutely. And it's always there for you. So here we've got, and this has happened for the last 3 signs. We're getting every single element, which blends and accentuates the balance right there, because it's unusual. A lot of my readings have 2 or 3 of the same element, and that has not been the case. So I love that everybody's kind of resonating with this need for balance and modification in your life, and especially with retrograde, because it was going to slow you down regardless. You can try and do other stuff, but sometimes you just cannot fight City Hall. So it's good to just be with what is and relax and enjoy and take this time to look things over and, really do your due diligence in all areas, whatever that may mean. If it is about business or a new job or an opportunity, a new home, whatever. Putting money aside, you want to be very careful and cautious. And then after the, retrograde goes forward and Mercury retrograde stations forward on the 18th and onward, it's just going to build in the momentum, and it's going to be a really beautiful time, I think, for you. Because Scorpio season is a very harmonious time for you, and there's a lot of intensity and transformation in that too. So I like it a lot. I like how I'm feeling while reading this to you. And the final category is that of surprises and wishes. And you have the 6 of Wands. How beautiful. I actually got goosebumps going up my legs. Because it's victorious. Is it 6 or 7? I apologize. For heaven's sakes. Either way, I like this a lot. Did I not bring in my glasses? I know I did. Why would this happen? Why, I pray? Why? Oh, here they are. See? I had to walk out in my last video. I apologize. I knew I brought them in though. Okay. I'm wrong. It's the 7 of Wands. But I like this too. And I'll tell you why. Because, well, when it comes to surprises and wishes, surprises can be amazing, right? And then I know other people that say, I don't care for surprises. But they're going to happen because we have that predominance of Uranus, the planet of surprises and unpredictability, not only in the sign of Aquarius that has Jupiter and Saturn in it. It's the theme for Aquarius this year because Jupiter only visits every sign every 12 years. However, they can absolutely be phenomenal. And you can make the surprise your surprise. You can be planning the surprise for other people. I mean, it can go either way. And the wishes are that you are consistent, that you are safe, that you are secure as always, right? And the 7 represents you being absolutely on top of your game, defending your cause with everything that you are. You know, if you have an idea, knowing you're going to make it work. By hook or by crook, it's going to happen. You're going to have the right resources. You're going to be talking to the right people. And am I correct? Yep, you got all 4 elements again. Thank you, Spirit. This is just, it's so beautiful. And it's about time, because, you know, it's been a little rocky, and there will be some very powerful energies coming at the end of the month with the eclipses, which bring things in instantly, take them away. This has happened all our life. There's no fear involved here whatsoever. I actually welcome and I love surprises and good things. I just ask for them to be the best that I can imagine, the best of my life being the rest of my life. I mean, there's beautiful oracles I'm going to be reading next that can help cater to that, and to kind of put in your mind as a mantra or an affirmation to just bring that energy up, bring the light up. Magic does happen, always has, always will. We create it in connection, and you know, it's a co-creation situation at all times. Let us create it the way we want it. Let's be the one in charge of our thoughts, okay? And the surprises coming through could be very, very, very incredibly transformational. As I said, I feel like a lot of it, though, with your Aquarius highlighted mention is really kind of changing your ideas and really educating yourself on in ways that is going to really be very instrumental in how you live your life for years to come. Okay, so I love it. I mean, generally there is a man standing on top of a hill, and everyone's down there, and yes, they're talking, and the fire's going. You know, it's the energy and the vitality of people in life and in real life situations, you know, standing up for how they feel, and you know, hopefully peacefully during this time, because of the beautiful, you know, Libra pronounced, you know, justice, and you know, just being at peace and harmony. Everything can be talked about without it being violent, that type of thing. You know, there's always going to be, you know, difference of a thought and opinion, but it's okay to have that as long as you accept that and know that you don't have to always be right? You can see other point of views, no doubt. So I love that. I think it's a beautiful reading. You've got everything across the board. You're really, from the beginning of the reading, you're in your energy with the 8 of Cups, and you definitely want to, you definitely just want to be thinking of the future in the most positive ways. And then you've got the informational thing, which is funny because it's you and Aquarius. That's right off the bat. The heart and soul, like I said, the head and the heart. The two working together is what manifests just phenomenal things. And then standing, you got, you know, being sensible and, you know, practical, so that you can, you know, feel that security and build upon that. And defending whatever it is that you need to with your wishes and your dreams, because you deserve it, you work hard, and you feel fired up with that Mars and Libra. Yes, it's not the most, it's not as comfortable. Mars is not comfortable in Libra because it's used to being way more out there, you know, and spirited, but it does bring the balance of being cognizant and aware of, you know, the differences, as I said, and yeah, bringing forth. I mean, sometimes even Libras, you know, we're not always just soft and mellow and everything. When we want to fight for a cause, we may be the loudest one in the room. Okay, we're great at wanting to debate, that's for sure. But I believe for the most part it's because we want what's best for the world and for everybody. So anyway, that's enough on that. I will be reading your 2 oracles to finish your reading, and I did pick this beautiful Wisdom of the Hidden Realm by Colette Baron Reed, one of my favorite decks. She's amazing. She has so many. You know, one of the major leading spiritual leaders in the world. And so I picked one that I think is what you absolutely are supposed to hear about. That's all. And then what happens is, you know, you hopefully will understand and get the wisdom of the consciousness of life, and all as we are all one, and the connectedness and the love that it sends, and just the way that it expresses it, and hopefully uplifts you. And well, yours is the Eagle King, the big picture and angelic help, which we said there's always that divine intervention. And it's number 12, which equals a 3, and any 3 represents growth and expansion and working with others. This is a huge theme as well, not only in Libra season, with the whole idea of, you know, partnerships and being better with somebody than without. Not always the case. I know there's a lot of individuals, myself included, who have their own businesses or their, you know, they're their own entities, and that's fabulous. But I still know that you love and appreciate insight and other, you know, others' points of view, and that's basically what it's saying. There's others to help you at all times, and you may want to go for that for change, Cancer, more than before. Even if it's family, you know, and especially family. So I love it because there's a Native American here. There's an eagle. Eagle is about the mind and the wisdom and the messages coming through, and then the nature of things, the natural, the way of life, you know, the ground, the earth, the sustenance. So there's the picture. I'm going to read you what it says, though, specifically, because it says a lot right there, but it has more to offer to you. So number 12. I opened up right to it. How amazing. The Eagle King is a sign that your highest destiny is within reach. You're on the right path now, even if you can't see where you're going. The Eagle King soars high above the mountains and valleys of life and is able to see the big picture when you seem to be lost in a bit of a fog. Well, mind you, we do have Neptune, the planet of underworld, you know, the confusion and the fantasy and the cloudiness, the fogginess. It's been in Pisces, the water sign, your fellow water sign. It's going to be there for a while longer. So in and out throughout the years, you're going to feel sometimes, I'm so confused about my own intuition right now. I really need to sit a little longer. I need to meditate a little longer because it's not as clear as it's usually been, but it will be clear. And as long as you release that and allow that and understand, it's happening to all of us at this time. I love the Piscean energy for creativity and imagination and artistry and all the beautiful things that Neptunian energy can actually help with. Fantasy is fun, dream world, you know, that comes really strongly in there. But just knowing that fog can be a part of the picture as a fellow water sign that you are. He makes a formidable ally if he takes your prayers, as he takes your prayers up toward the sun and releases them to the divine. There will be answered for the highest good of all. It is a fortunate omen when the Eagle King decides to be your ally. Doesn't that feel good? And it should, and everybody deserves to feel good, which leads me into the last category of Oracle, because it's the manifestation deck, super attractor deck, where that very basic but essential ingredient, if you will, for the law of attraction to create the life that you want and manifest it into reality on this plane is about feeling it into existence. And the feeling good is an essential part. And yes, if you feel bad and bring stuff in, yeah, that will happen as well. It happens all the time. We don't mean for that to happen, but you can create what you do want to have happen. And so these beautiful messages just remind us. And if you say them over and over sometimes as an affirmation, it's pretty powerful, beautiful stuff. I found that to help me a great deal. So your message is, I am in awe of the magnificent guidance, that's available to me. And I'm right with you there, because it is pretty amazing. And when you really allow that in, I mean, talk about magic. There's a word, the word magic came for a reason. We live in a magical place. We live in continuous magical miracles. And yeah, somewhat huge, you know, elaborate miracles, and those are phenomenal, and they happen too. But the smallest of miracles is, yes, getting up, waking up, breathing, looking out, the sun, the moon, the stars. I mean, all of it. It's just, it's an awe type of a situation for sure. But this is huge, and this is you, and we're all a part of this. And I love that you took the time to stop in today. And I will be back. I'm back, you know, twice a month, as long as I can be. I work it around my massage therapy practice. But I absolutely love this. And as I said, I knew and I feel, and all of us will feel, there's a great momentum coming and a great opportunity to expand and to grow and to move forward now. So I hope that's happening for you. And once again, thank you for your time. If you like what you saw, push that like button, please, and subscribe and share and all those wonderful things to support my channel. I appreciate it a lot. Until next time, thanks. Bye for now.